Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands
one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty.
and justice for all.
Roll call.
First District, David Ham.
Here.
Third District, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Fourth District, Pete Linda Mulder.
Present.
Fifth District, Christine Sid.
Present.
Sixth District, Ted Bilski.
He's here. He's on the web.
Seventh District, Randy Niemeyer.
Present.
Okay, very good. At this time, I'll ask my colleagues if they have any words they would like to express regarding our glorious slate. Anyone?
Yes, thank you. You know, the sad news that we all got, I got yesterday of Clorius's passing. When he and I both started here on this council at the same time, and our first meeting was full of sparring and debating and back and forth, and it kind of set the tone for what for him and I would become a really good relationship. Clorius was a guy with a deep passion for public service. He loved the people of Gary with all of his heart. He loved the processes of government and appreciated the opportunity to serve and wanted to make sure we were always doing it right. So what you might not know is outside of this building, Clorius and I had a standing lunch date with each other at least once a month, and had a chance to learn stories of his life and his journey in life. And we come from totally different perspectives in life. And I think that was the neat thing, though, is the common threads that we shared of being passionate about public service, transparency, processes of government, kind of the purpose in everything that we do here under this great American flag in this great country. Clorius represented that very well. And if our duty as people on this planet is to use the tools that God gave us to make this place a little better for who follows us, and to make sure that we preserve the principles of this republic, and that we serve each other with an open mind and an open heart, then for Clorius, I would say it's a job well done. And rest in peace, my friend.
Anyone else?
No, Madam Chair, I will say I spoke to Glorious Saturday on the phone. He had called me. Had no complaints about it, any health issues. And I was familiar with Randy and Glorious's lunch date because Glorious always wanted me to go down to Gino's to have the mushroom soup. There was a fascination with mushroom soup, but I don't think I've worked with anybody on city level or county level. I couldn't have got off to a worse start with Glorious. That was like, he almost threw me out of El Taco Real. Okay. Long story. We got to be good friends and would talk 3-4 times a week. As Randy stated, greatly missed, and he's a friend. Glorious is a friend. I don't think.
Well, you know, a lot of flowery remarks about Flores. I've known him the longest, and got to tell the truth. He was a butthole. Randy, he may not have made it home yet. He may be stuck in purgatory. And he was a difficult guy to understand. There's not a single thing that you could mention that you did or had accomplished that Cloris would come behind you and said, I've done it better. Or he was the most unique guy. We argued like brothers all the time. He would go away, he would stop calling for a while, and I said, thank you, Jesus. But he's going to be fixed. He's going to be missed. Thank you.
No, and I appreciate that, Councilman Brown. I didn't know what to expect when I first came on here a year ago. He was a stickler for procedure. I learned about postponement versus deferment. And I made the mistake of mentioning chess to him, which was the highest offense instead of checkers. But I grew to love him over the past year because of he was consistent in everything that he did. You knew what to expect. You knew what was coming, and I really appreciated that about him.
Yeah, and one thing I failed to mention was he sent this to Pete and I don't know if he did to anyone else, but the first week on the council together, I got a fax. Gloria's like to use fax of, what was it, 10 or 12 pages of his accomplishments and his resume. Okay, so it's the first time in my life that I served on a government body where a colleague had sent me his resume, and he wanted to make sure that I understood of his tremendous accomplishments, and he was very proud of that work. And Charlie, he also spoke very highly of you at our lunches.
Nose drunk.
Thank you very much.
Ted? Councilman Bldg?
I think he's
Can
muted.
you unmute him? Scott, are you will unmute him or not?
He sounds great.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. He will be missed. I just started to develop a relationship with Councilman Lay, and like Councilman Ham, I had spoke to him over the weekend, no inclination, and I'm still in a bit of shock over the whole ordeal. And I think you guys have all put it in very beautifully into words that he will be missed, and he brought a lot to the table. Thank you for the opportunity, Councilor. He said.
Yes, I've only knew Clarius when he came on this council. And as I told the newspapers, for me, he was a force to be reckoned with. He constantly gave his opinion to me on procedures and what he felt was the right way to do things. So it was nice working with him, and I'll miss him. Absolutely, I'll miss him. So to his families, our condolences. Okay, now for business. And Councilman Commissioner Reapy, I want to thank you for your memo that you sent out and for lowering the flags. Do you have anything you want to say today?
I was gonna say, I'll say it when I.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay. Okay, minutes?
Move for approval of minutes of January 9th, Madam Chair.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Say 6-0. Okay, awards and resolutions.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve resolution number 24-03.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded.
This is a resolution proclaiming March as Developmental Disability Awareness Month, whereas developmental disabilities can refer to impairment in learning and behavior, such as autism, attention deficit / hyperactivity disorder, and impairments in physical and or intellectual functioning, such as cerebral palsy, spina bifida, and Down syndrome. This campaign each March seeks to raise awareness about including people with developmental disabilities in all facets of community life. And whereas family members, friends, and members of the community can play a central role in enhancing the lives of people with disabilities, especially when the family and community are provided with necessary support services. And public and private employers are aware of the capabilities of people with disabilities to be engaged in competitive work in inclusive settings. And whereas the goals of Lake County, including providing individuals with disabilities the opportunities and support to make informed choices and decisions, live in homes and communities where such individuals can exercise their full rights and responsibilities as citizens, pursue meaningful and productive lives, contribute to their family, community, state, and nation, have interdependent friendships and relationships with others, and achieve full inclusion in society. And whereas public awareness and education enhance a community's understanding of the issues affecting people with disabilities. And whereas the Lake County Council desires to proclaim March as Developmental Disability Awareness Month in an effort to increase public awareness and education, and to celebrate and reorganize people with disabilities, or recognize people with disabilities. Now, therefore, let it be resolved as follows, that the Lake County Council declares March as Developmental Disability Awareness Month and calls upon the citizens of Lake County to observe the month with appropriate programs and activities. Furthermore, the Lake County Council encourages the citizens of Lake County to seek counsel and input from any person or group with knowledge and expertise in matters concerning disabilities. So resolved this 13th day of February, 2024.
All in favor, signify by aye.
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 Motion passes. Get everybody up here. All right. Juvenile court,
Madam Chair,
yes.
move for approval, I'm gonna point out this appropriation is from the, problem solve. It's a grant fund. I've been resistant in making new appropriations out of the general fund. I move for approval of appropriation in Department 4005. 63231 travel registration, $1,590. 63232 travel meals, $500. 63233 travel lodging, $1,160. 63234 travel transportation and other, $1,750. And 64490 other equipment, $2,500 for a total of $7,500.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Sam,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Niemeyer,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes. Motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for approval of an appropriation from the Family Recovery Board Grant Fund 9345. It is for 61290 supplemental pay, $1,000, 61320 FICA deduction, $76, 61330 PERF deduction, $146, 63234 travel transportation and other, $1,100 for a total of $2,322.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Niemeyer,
Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for a reduction in the Family Recovery Court Grant 9345. 62110 office supplies, $1,500. 62410 other supplies, $300. 63231 travel registration, $2,100. 63232 travel meals, $1,200. 63233 travel and lodging, $2,400. 63235 travel mileage, $400. 63310 printing, $500. 63910 dues and subscriptions, $120. 63920 food and lodging, $1,500. And 63995 other services and charges, $9,500 for a total reduction of $19,520.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Niemeyer,
Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0. 4D court,
Madam Chair, I move, Ted's here, create a new line item in the child support 4D 8297 fund for 63630 maintenance and service contracts.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Bldg,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yeah,
Brown, Mulder,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
move for approval of an appropriation in 4D fund 8297 61160 office and clerical $3,460. 61290 supplemental pay $20,000. 61320 FICA deduction $1,795. 61330 perf deduction $3,331. And 63630 maintenance and service contracts of $7,500 for total appropriation.
750. Is that what you
I'm
read?
sorry, is that, yeah, 63630 maintenance and service contract, 750 for a total of $29,336.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bldg,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
I move for approval of revised 144 in child support 4D 8297 16670-002 secretary currently at $40,061, proposed at $43,521. $521. 39002-001 supplemental pay, not general fund, currently at 5,000, proposed at 10,000. 39002 supplemental pay, currently at 0, proposed at 5,000. 39002 supplemental pay, currently at 5,000. I'm sorry, currently at 0, proposed at $5,000. 39002 supplemental pay, currently at 0, proposed at $2,500, and 39002 supplemental pay, currently at 0, for proposed at $2,500. I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Councilman Brown.
this terminology supplemental pay. I've raised this question before. I thought the State Board of Accounts indicated, or someone, state agency indicated that we should get rid of this terminology, supplemental pay.
I don't recall that. It might have been a council person's desire, but I don't think State Board of
Well,
Accounts.
it's my desire.
Obvious.
Sounds like it's not transparent. Talking about supplementing pay, someone we are paying and we want to supplement the pay. And does it mean or indicate that they're taking on more responsibilities? What? I mean, this,
It's through the child support, it's through the statute. Do you want to
Yep,
explain it?
and Chairman, this is a little bit different than a lot of our supplemental pays. A lot of our supplemental pays come out of user funds. This one is actually governed by federal law, and it's employees that, and they're required, and the prosecutor's office is here, they can explain the impact of the accounting that has to go into it. They have to justify that they're actually spending time doing child support related services to get this supplemental pay.
But as far as a title change, I don't disagree with Councilman Brown. Unless that's statute that we have to call it that, okay?
I wonder what's it called in the statute? We'll have to look at
I
that.
would look at that.
We'll look, see what it's called in the
Do we do
statute.
any supplemental pay that comes out of the general fund? Or does it always come out of different?
I can't think of one that comes out of the term.
It's kind of used to offset
Right.
the general fund, and we take it out of these user-based funds so that they get their full salary. So it's not like they're getting a raise of any sort.
Right, sometimes it's from grants. They do extra work for that grant and the grant.
Grants and
And
user.
so they get, while that grant is in place, they
Yes.
receive extra funding for
But as
that.
far as the title change, I can agree with your colleague here.
Okay, I made a note. All right, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Yes, motion passes 6-0. No action to be taken on item 7 or item 7. What's, oh, okay, next is corner.
Coroner, did you say coroner?
Yes.
I apologize. I haven't been able to receive my emails for about close to a week. Scott, was there any new information on appropriations?
Yeah, so I sent an email sometime maybe yesterday after. Indicating that the cash balance has been revised from the auditor's office to move forward with appropriations.
Okay, and these have been properly advertised? Okay. I apologize. Thank you. Item A under coroner's office, I move to approve an appropriation from the county general fund 1001 of 61110, office and administrators of $2,520. 61150 paraprofessionals, $44,277. And 61160 office and clerical, $3,580, for a total of $50,377.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Item B is grant application, grant approval, grant oversight committee. Madam Chair, I move to approve Lake County Coroner's Office, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Indiana Department of Health, cooperative agreements to support state-based safe motherhood and infant health initiative programs, CFDA number 93.946 grant award.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move to approve on first reading an ordinance amending the Lake County 2024 salary ordinance, ordinance number 1488N, establishing salary and wage increases and eliminating an entry-level medical legal death investigator position in the Lake County Coroner's Office.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yeah.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for suspension of the rules.
Second.
Motion's been made for suspension of the rules. Roll call, please.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yeah.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I move to adopt on second reading ordinance amending the Lake County 2024 salary ordinance, ordinance number 1488N, establishing salary and wage increases and eliminating an entry-level med legal death investigator position in Lake County Coroner's Office.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve on first reading ordinance establishing the Lake County Coroner's Motherhood and Infant Health Initiative Program Grant, SUID/SDY Grant Fund and Non-Reverting Fund.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend with the rules. Roll call, please.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Madam Chair, motion to adopt on second reading ordinance establishing Lake County Coroner's Motherhood and Infant Health Initiative Program Grant/SUID/SDY Grant Fund and Non-Reverting Fund.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0. Health Department. Councilman Brown.
Madam President, I move for the creation of a new line item for the Lake County Health Department, Local Public Health Services Fund 1161. Yeah, this is the one time, do not miss Councilman.
I was gonna say,
He was insistent that this be done individually.
No, he wanted to do
No.
it group, and we've agreed we're gonna do it.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I was gonna say, you could honor him by doing it all at
Yeah.
once.
He wanted
He went
Jasmine.
Jasmine today.
That's the one thing I agreed with him. Creating this line item, and I still have to read each one of these.
Please.
61120 professionals, 61140 protective services, 61150 paraprofessionals, 61160 office and clerical, 61190 part-time, 61290 supplemental pay, 61320 FICA deduction, 61330 PERF deduction, 61340 group insurance deduction, 61360 workman's comp deduction, 610 office supplies, 62210 petroleum products, 62230 clothing, 62250 healthcare and lab supplies, 63220 postage, 63235 travel mileage, 63310 printing, 63420 insurance, 63510 utilities, 63620 equipment repair, 63630 maintenance and service contracts, 63790 other rental, 64410 furniture and fixtures, 64440 motor vehicles, 64490 other equipment, and 64500 construction and reconstruction.
Okay.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please. Oh, discussion, anyone?
Yeah, discussion. There's two line items in this that I have questions on. It's 61150 paraprofessionals, 815,909, and 63630 maintenance and service contracts for 1,616,902. Two largest line items in this appropriation. I just want to get some idea of how those particular line items go to improve the service of the health department and what sorts of services will be provided through those line items.
Dr. Vavilala or Nick, can you answer that question?
The paraprofessionals is for salaries. It's a large line item because we have some highly paid people in there, like nurse practitioners, things of that nature. So that's what makes that line item so large. What was the other one?
Maintenance service.
Yeah,
We haven't committed in detail all the funding yet. We have 4.8 million to use this year. We had to get a budget together to get it to the state. So between July 1st and September 1st, we had to start to detail this out. But we couldn't get everything committed in that time period. But we're working on it now to use those things. So we put it in those contractual line items because a large portion we're going to use money for is work with partners. We do that on a contractual basis, like to do these core services that we're not doing and we can't do right now in-house. We have somebody else do them for us who are doing these types of things now, only at a limited basis. So we can use the contractual money to get that core service part of it accomplished.
Madam Chair, if I may, how can the public access these services? Where are they going to be able to access them? And who can access the services?
Well, it depends on the type of services, like the ones for maternal and child health. Mothers and children, we will access those services. So once we get going, we're going to have to publicize, advertise, that type of thing, that we have these things available. But we have to get them set up first.
Can anyone from anywhere receive these services from, do they have to be a citizen of Lake County? What's the criteria to receive this taxpayer funded service?
I can't answer that. It'd usually be a resident of Lake County because that's our service area. So people living in our service area, we provide these services to.
The reason I ask is there's just a lot of pressure right now on services in every metropolitan area from the influx of migrants into these areas. So I want to make sure that the citizens of Lake County have an opportunity to access these services.
Well, they will.
Okay. No, I appreciate it. It's just some questions I had. And the service contracts is basically to provide the services that your department doesn't provide directly.
Or to get us up and running when we can provide those ourselves. So there are services being offered right now on a smaller scale that fall into our core services that we have to provide eventually. So we're going to use those people since we're already up and running to help us get going. Eventually, I suppose, we'll be doing these in-house, but we got to get some things done to show the spending is being done well. And since these people are already doing these types of things, they're glad to go ahead and expand their programs that are operational. We can do that.
How often do you have to submit reports to the state on the measurables of this program?
I think it's minimally, we have to report twice a year.
Okay.
But they set up a site that we can report however often we want to. There's what they call a reporting site. As we get these core services accomplished, we can put it into that reporting area. And that's all done by county, so everybody can look and see what county's doing what and how many services are getting done and what they're doing.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, Nick.
And I'm sure some services that you're gonna partnership with, the folks that go to them, they'll advise them of the other services that the county is offering through those partnerships.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Right.
I heard the governor speak on this at Association of Indiana Counties, and he's hopeful that this will hopefully be positive for the community and that they'll hopefully continue funding for this. So it's important. Great. Any other discussion? Councilman Brown?
Doing anything different than other counties in Lake County, in Northwest Indiana? In terms of the distribution of these funds?
I think so. There were guidelines set out by the state and by Senate Bill 4, how we need to spend these things. There are core services we all have to follow and try to. The governor what they're trying to do with this is make sure everybody in any county will get the same health services. So they established these core services that every health department should provide. And some we aren't providing at all, which now we're going to have to do. Some we're providing, but we can provide them better now with this additional money. But it's to get everybody in Indiana healthier, and by having everybody access to the same services, that's the way to do that.
Yes.
So as Nick is talking about the programs and so this Head First Indiana program is one of its kind. Obviously, there has been a lot of talk about the program and how it came to be. One of the reasons is that there has been a lot of research that went behind it. And it was found that Indiana has quite a ways to go in terms of improving the public health and also the preventative health. We do have wonderful hospitals. We have a lot of doctors. We have a lot of nurse practitioners and a lot of wonderful providers. However, that's mostly after the fact. When people become sick, they go to the doctors. Sometimes a few of them might go to the doctors for physical. However, most of the services in the hospitals are for people who are already sick. This particular program, this particular investment, as we would like to see it, or the funding or the continued funding, is mainly to focus on how to get the county and the people healthier. And this is a wonderful investment. However, there is a lot of oversight that's going into it, right? And then we at the health department are going to do our best to keep it as transparent as possible. All the money, once we have a fund manager whom we are urgently looking for, someone who is very efficient, hopefully, that way they would be able to post everything that we're doing with this money on the website. The money that is being utilized for the services, the rest of the money that is available for future services, and for the way for people to continue to apply for this funding, so they would be able that way we can keep on working on these programs. One thing we all need to understand, this is new to us as well, and this is a work in progress. And we are going to be working hard so that we will continue to receive this funding, because again, no preventative health or any kind of a change in public health is going to happen in weeks, months, or even years. So the most important thing that we need to be patient, and then everyone has the right to question how we are going to be spending the money. And it is important that we understand our responsibility, that we are responsible to the people of the Lake County, and we are going to do our best. However, it is work in progress, which we are learning from each other, from other counties. And there are KPIs, which are the key performance indicators that the government has put in place. So we cannot just decide that this money can go here and there. If someone is going to come and request some money from us, we ask them to fill in an application. We ask them to provide what services they are going to give. And they are basically answerable to us, just as we finally are answerable to the people, as well as the legislators, to show them the progress which we have made, so that we will be able to continue to receive the funding. The programs may not necessarily be the same programs for each county, because some of them might be doing the programs already, or we might be doing the same programs already. However, this is to fill in the gaps which we do not have. In the beginning, at least, right now, we do not have the time or the support or even the space to hire all the people to do these programs. So for now, we are doing our best to partner with the available programs. So we are not duplicating some of these. We are going to be partnering with the IU University. We are going to partner with the Bldg University. We are talking to a lot of programs which are in existence to see how we can actually support them better. And where we see that there is significant lack of programs, then we are actually going to be hiring people to continue to do it. And we might change some of these things next year, depending on how we see the results.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you, Nick, for helping me understand some of these things too. I appreciate it.
Madam Chair, I'd like to point out that these are the most words I've heard come out of Nick's mouth since I've.
Just got to ask. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Discussion? Councilman Bldg, good. All right. Roll call, please.
Niemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bldg,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0. So you got a little break there.
Yes, thank you. Madam Chair, I move for an appropriation from the Lake County Health Department's Local Public Health Services Fund 1161. Now, is this where I do or do not have to read?
You're reading them all.
Individually or?
No, together.
61120 professional paraprofessionals, $80,170. 61140 protective services, $246,939. 61150 paraprofessionals, $815,909. 61160 office and clerical, $149,291. 61190 part-time, $115,511. 61290 supplemental pay, $20,552. 61320 FICA deduction, $109,270. 61330 PERP deduction, $186,426. 61340 group insurance deduction, $664,470. 61360 workman's comp deduction, $16,744. 62110 office supplies, $28,000. 62210 petroleum products, $6,000. And I'll take a break.
Dave did, he went and got coffee.
62230 clothing, $1,320. 25, I'm sorry. 62250 healthcare and lab supplies, $15,600. 63220 postage, $7,500. 63235 travel mileage, $6,000. 63310 printing, $14,500. 63420 insurance, $6,000. 63510 utilities, $9,600. 63620 equipment repair, $7,000. 63630 maintenance and service contracts, $1,616,902. 63790 other rentals, $120,000. 64410 furniture and fixtures, $37,300. 64440 motor vehicles, $298,000. 64490 other supplies, other equipment, $98,300. And finally, 64500 construction and reconstruction, $188,590, for a total of $4,865,899.
Second,
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Ham,
yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bldg,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Sia,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of an ordinance amending Lake County 2024 salary ordinance number 14810, creating 23 new positions in the Lake County Health Department, 9206, retroactive to the 1st of January. 2024.
Second,
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
To suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend with the rules. Roll call, please.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, Madam President, I'm sorry. I move to adopt the ordinance amending the Lake County 2024 salary ordinance number 1488N as in Nancy, creating 23 new positions in the Lake County Health Department 9306, retroactive to the 1st of January of 2024.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Mulder,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Okay, item 10, Sheriff, Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve on first reading an ordinance establishing Lake County Sheriff's 2023 Project Safe Neighborhoods Grant Fund, a non-reverting fund.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend with the rules. Roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
I move to approve on second reading an ordinance establishing the Lake County Sheriff's 2023 Project Safe Neighborhoods Grant Fund, a non-reverting fund.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0. Okay, emergency management, Councilman Brown.
President. I move for
Got a heavy agenda.
to revise the County General Fund 1001 effective January 1 of this year. 13012-001 emergency disaster response technician, present salary $38,101. Proposed to $42,194, a difference of $4,083. 13013-001, assistant hazmat coordinator, present salary $33,280, and proposed salary $42,194, a difference of $8,914. For a total of the difference of $12,997.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for the transfer of funds from 61190 part-time, $12,997 to 61130 technicians, the total of $12,997 for a total of transferring $12,997.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Lake County Auditor, Councilman Ham.
Madam President, I move for approval of the revised 144 in the general fund in Department 1002. Effective 129 of this year. 12470-001, county payroll manager currently at $83,978, proposed at $70,000, for a difference of $13,978 savings. 16384-001, finance clerk, currently at $52,222, proposed at $66,200, for a difference of $13,978, for total being net neutral between the two positions.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Discussion?
Yes,
Yes.
Madam President, is there a shift in duties and responsibilities here?
Yes, there is. Maybe Scott can explain more, but I know one of these positions is vacant, correct? Or I think one is vacant and then one,
My understanding of the situation is the incumbent of the finance clerks moving to the county payroll manager, and then they're going to backfill the finance clerk with someone that I don't know.
okay. But someone is taking on heading two departments, is my understanding of it. I don't know if it's the county payroll manager, let's see if there's, yeah, this is due to rearranging duties and reassigning duties in the auditor's office. Yeah. No one here from the auditor. Is anyone online?
Good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
Yes.
Who's this,
jobs-
Kathy?
Yes, this is Kathy. So our jobs, our county manager, payroll manager retired on January 5th. So the new employees going in that position. And then we have for the finance clerk, that is the responsibility of being supervisor to two departments. So we wanted to increase her base pay as opposed to having a lower base pay and a higher supplemental pay. Because in the future, if there is a raise, it's based on the base pay and not the supplemental.
All right, thank you for that, Kathy. Anyone else have any questions? All right, thank you. Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yeah.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder.
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam President, I move for approval of a revised 144 in the general fund, same department. 12259-001, Director of Financial Services, currently at $12,675. Removing all of those funds and making a position of same department 001, Comptroller of Finance at the same $112,675 for net, again, net neutral. And I think not dumping them. Scott has been involved with this, and Councilman Bldg was too, and I don't know who else.
Yeah.
Going to help us with some number crunching.
Do you wanna, is that, you made a motion, right?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
I get a second, then we can, motion's been made and seconded, discussion.
This is the recently available position that we're shifting towards a controller role.
Establishing the company.
Yes.
Right. It's a title change from Director of Finance to Comptroller.
Madam Chair,
Councilman,
I'm appreciative of the inclusion in our memoranda here of the job description, including some very specific skill sets that I hope will lend itself to prevention of further issues going forward as it relates to our financial system. So thank you for that very much. And thank you, Scott, for the work, and Ted, the work you did on it to get this together.
Same here. Scott and Ted, thank you.
No, thank you. Hey, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Lindmulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0. Councilman Lindemold.
Madam President, move for establishing an ordinance for the Lake County Board of Elections and Registrations Federal 2023 HAVA Election Security Local Grant Fund, a non-reverting fund.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Anyone want to speak? Okay. No, hearing no discussion, roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Lindmulder.
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam President, motion to suspend the rules.
Okay.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend with the rules. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Lindmulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam President, motion to approve the ordinance on second reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the Lake County Board of Elections and Registration Federal 2023 Have an Election Security Local Grant Fund on second reading. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Lindmulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. All right, prosecutor, Councilman Lindemold.
Madam Chair, Madam President, move to approve an ordinance establishing the Lake County Prosecutor's Office Gun Safety Education and Gun Safety Locks Fund, a non-reverting fund.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Lindmulder,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam President, motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend with the rules. Roll call, please.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Lindmulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam President, move to approve the ordinance on second reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve on second reading. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Ham,
Yeah.
Brown,
Yes.
Lindmulder.
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jacob.
Madam President, I move in Department 4001, move for approval of revised 144, the general fund effective the first of this year. 15527-001, Chief Probation Officer at $75,561, proposed at $83,061, or a difference of $7,500.
Okay, motion's been made. Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded.
Madam Chair.
Discussion?
Question.
Yes.
Is this, are these funds paid by the state or us?
They're paid by us.
But is there a justification for, what is it, $8,000 and a $7,500 difference?
The salaries are set by the judicial conference in Indianapolis.
Okay. And
Yeah. It's because he's serving as chief. It's the
Oh,
chief, so
but
there's a
it's
difference.
the rule.
Yes, and that's what I think Mr. Zarmak can address that as soon as we're done. Or Shauna, if she's still here.
This is the subject of that lawsuit that we have pending
Right,
also.
pending lawsuit. They tell us what to pay, what we have to pay.
What is the status of that lawsuit?
Set for a status conference this month.
That's like, I go out and make the money, but my wife tells me how to spend it.
Welcome to my house, Charlie.
Looks like you're taking a taxi home.
Oh, wait, my phone is ringing.
Okay. Was there any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for an appropriation in the general fund, Department 4001. This is the appropriation for that 7,500. 61150 paraprofessional, $7,500.
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam President, I move in Department 2002, which is Calumet Township Assessor, a revised 144 in the general fund, 13062-009. Assessment specialist, currently at $45,753, proposed at $42,749.50 for a difference of $3,003.50. And 13062-007 assessment specialist, currently at $39,746, proposed at $42,749.50 for a difference of $3,003.50 for a difference of 0.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion? Yes,
Right.
Councilman Brown.
For those that may not know, here's another office that the director passed in the last 3 weeks. So that is another position that will have to be filled by the precinct organization in Gary. But it's another sad occasion, a young person leaving here. Especially after recently being elected to the position.
Yes.
Madam Chair, I had spoken to Mr. Witherspoon prior to his passing, and this was just equalizing. There was a $3,000 difference equalizing those two positions, which are both assessment specialists.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Sia.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry, I believe it's the new assignment sheet out, Madam Chair, for committee assignments. But
For this appropriation? Well, I'm
committee
sorry.
assignments,
Oh,
just remember,
we're still on this, the current one.
Gotcha, but I'm saying, I think that there's going to be a different
Yes.
chairperson. But
Yes.
I spoke to Councilman Belsky.
Yes,
prior to
Councilman
him
Belsky.
leaving. On his trip, I'm going to ask for no action on the appropriation and other professional services in Calumet Township. That was put together by the interim township assessor, and I prefer, and I've spoken to her and told her I'm going to wait until the new assessor comes in, and Councilman Bilski will work with them.
Okay. Holbrook
Councilman
Township
Ham?
Assessor?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes,
If
sir.
I could, please, I would ask that we just do a postponement till next month. They're going to caucus and meet. That way the new person gets it in a timely fashion if it's needed. The last conversation I had on Thursday or Friday of last week was they agreed they were satisfied with us just postponing till next month, if you wouldn't mind making that motion.
If that's your preference, I would make a motion to defer or postpone action on this until 3/12/24.
Okay.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to postpone to March 12th, 2024. All in favor, any further discussion? Oh, all in favor signify by aye. Aye. Motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, in Hobart Township Assessor's Office, which is Department 2004. Councilman Belsky, would you rather? I'm sorry.
No action. He'll put it back on the agenda in August or July.
Right.
I spoke with Lino on that.
Madam Chair, I move for, I'm sorry, I don't need to make, no action on number 17.
Juvenile Detention Center. Councilman Niemeyer.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the grant application for Lake Superior Court Juvenile Division Juvenile Detention Center, Snapdragon Book Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, library revitalization grant.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion. Roll call, all in favor signify by aye.
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 Opposed, motion passes 6-0. Councilman Brown. Hammond Courthouse, Hammond and Gary Courthouse.
Madam President, I move for an appropriation for the Cumulative Capital Development Fund 1651 to 636330 maintenance and service contracts in the total of $120,000. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Niemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam President.
Yes.
The government center, there's a request for an appropriation on the Cumulative Capital Development Fund 1651. Line item 63610, building and structure, $93,200. And from 63630, maintenance and service contracts, $335,000 for a total of $428,200.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, so this was not included in the budget, is what I'm reading?
Yeah,
Okay, so,
it historically is in there, we're omitted in there.
oh, okay. All right, roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Niemeyer.
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0. Councilman Ham.
Madam Chair, move for approval of resolution permitting the Superior Court of Lake County, County Division 3 to pay an outstanding 23 invoice totaling $90 from the 2024 budget.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion, roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Niemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Chair, I move for approval of a resolution permitting Superior Court of Lake County Division 3 to pay an outstanding 2023 invoice in the amount of $350 from the 2024 budget.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion, roll call, please.
Linda
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Niemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
And Chair, I move for approval of a resolution permitting the Lake County Court, Lake County, County Division 3 to pay an outstanding 2023 invoice totaling $600 from the 2024 budget.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded.
Yeah.
Discussion,
Madam President, Councilman Ham, the explanation, is it a matter of these were late arrivals of the person submitting the invoices, didn't do it until after the fact?
Yes, sir. I spoke to Judge Cantrell and Joellen Orms both These were services that were provided late in the year and for psychological exams or people in trial. And the invoices didn't come in until just recently. So no fault of Joel and or Judge Cantrell. And they actually texted me earlier and said, do you need me to come? I said, no, this is a very simple explanation.
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yeah,
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder.
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0. Next. Transfer, County Council, Councilman Ham.
Madam Chair, I move for approval of a transfer in the general fund in Department 6001 from 63995 other services and charges, $215,318 to 64490 other equipment in the same amount for a total transfer of $215,318.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion?
Are we reducing Attorney O'Donnell's salary?
Let's not get crazy.
What's in this $215,318?
That's for the radios for emergency management.
Remember?
Funds.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, motion's been made, seconded. All in favor, any further discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
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 Okay, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for approval of a resolution permitting the Lake County Council to pay an outstanding 2023 invoice in the amount of $2,350.50 from the 2024 budget.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder.
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve a resolution in support of Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch's efforts to preserve the Family and Social Services Administration's Attendant Care Program.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion?
Discussion. So this came about, and it's been really kind of highly publicized in news reports around the state of the $1 billion shortfall due to some budgetary errors within Medicaid, specifically the FSSA. And part of that 1 billion is being looked at to cut the attendant care program that it's geared towards severely developmentally and genetically disabled children, where the parents or guardians can be paid as the lead caregiver. I'm a believer that government does a lot of what it does pretty poorly and should stay out of many things, but this is one of the areas of life where if we can't take care of people who had no choice in the matter of where they ended up in life and give them the best possible care, which is usually provided by a parent or guardian in the first place, then we have to really rethink what we do as a government. And I appreciate Lieutenant Governor Crouch for her efforts. We've spoke several times on this. And I would like, if the council adopts this resolution, to send it to our local legislative delegation from Lake County, as well as to the Lieutenant Governor's office and the FSSA. Their public commenting period on the budgetary cuts ends on February 16th. So it's important that we submit whatever we can in support of the efforts of the Lieutenant Governor to create some alternatives to the cuts in this program. Thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Why is this not sent to the governor?
The governor, Lieutenant Governor is the head of the task force. So she is in charge of this particular part of the FSSA as it relates to disabilities. So the governor has been not involved in this whatsoever.
So does it have anything to do between you and the lieutenant governor quid pro quo?
No. But I appreciate the question, sir.
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Next item, I'd like to make a motion to approve a resolution in support of Northwest Indiana Regional Plan Commission's request that the Indiana General Assembly adjust its local appropriation.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion?
Yeah, discussion. We have Tom Vanderwood here today from NERC. What was discussed at the council study session was dividing this up over 5 years, so it's essentially 16 cents per year. It's a little bit of a tall order, and it would start in 2025. So that gives us a little time to plan in our budgets for that first appropriation.
What did it?
And I thought maybe I said the wrong thing and got a whammy. If anybody remembers that show. But so this would divide it equally, 16 cents a year, starting in 2025, roughly $79,000 a year, depending upon the population per capita of the county. Anything to add to that, Tom?
No, I just want to make sure everybody saw it. Oh, this Tom. My name's Tom also.
Listen, I'm always talking to you, Tom,
I know.
so you can answer first.
I appreciate the councilman pointing out that the minor changes we made to the original resolution, but sorry, Tom, we need to step on your.
Mr. Vanderwood.
Yeah, thank you. So it's very well said, and I think you described it very well. NERC is funded locally through county appropriations, and we use those county appropriations to match federal dollars. Since 1992, the value of those local appropriations has decreased simply due to inflation. So as a result, we've been limited in our ability to match the federal funding. This legislation that was introduced would simply increase the local appropriation to account for that inflationary aspect of the local share. So, yeah, we've been working with Representative Slager to get this forward, and we really appreciate the support. LaPorte County and Porter County have both passed resolutions supporting this, so we appreciate the same.
You just got it this time, but it would also be advisable that this be sent once upon passage directly to Representative Slager. So it can be attached to a Senate bill as part of the process. They're already past the submittal process in the first reading process, so needs to be attached to a Senate bill.
Yes, we'll get that. We'll get that.
Thank you.
Okay, made a note of that.
Does Carol send that or not me send it?
Well, Carol, or I believe used to send it, but I can help her with that. I believe we have lists of emails for delegates. Yeah. Okay, any other discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0. Ordinances, Councilman Ham. Who is this one?
Yeah.
This is
Um,
bond ordinance.
Yeah, I think,
Commissioner
yeah,
Rodriguez.
if everybody can help
this
me,
is the
I'll
bond.
make the motion to,
Okay.
I move for approval of an ordinance of Lake County Council authorizing the issuance and sale of bonds of the county and, if necessary, bond anticipation notes for the purpose of providing funds to be applied to the cost of construction of additions and improvements to the sewer works system of Lake County, Indiana, together with all related improvements, equipment and incidental expenses in the connection therewith, and on account of the issuance of bonds therefore.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion. You want the floor?
May I?
Yes.
Just real briefly, Doug Baldessari is here with Baker Tilly. Just, he came up and we were here for questions. We talked about it a little bit, study session. We talked about it a little bit at I think the meeting and study session before that about the project. So hoping that you're all familiar. We don't need a second reading on the ordinance, right? We could, I mean, it's obviously up to you all to do what you wish, but, one of the things Councilor said was quoted in the paper as saying, the immediacy or the surprise, as we all are of Councilman Lay's passing, but it's just like, I thought about it a little bit this morning on the way in, and it's like, the only thing we know absolutely for certain is that one day we will not be here. And so, these things that we work on, tirelessly as you all do, this one has been a really big one for me. Way more effort than I thought it was going to be going in, and it's not over, but this is certainly a big stepping stone, a big hurdle, a big opportunity for me to say, okay, it's on and it's going to happen. There's a lot of times during this whole project where, you never know, and you still never know. But anyways, appreciate your consideration on this, and if you want to do it on first and second, or if you have questions of Doug, he's here to answer.
Any questions? Okay. All right. Roll call.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes,
Brown,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair and Commissioner. Wouldn't it be more convenient? if this-
I think it would be on second reading. It would
I
be.
noticed,
It'd be better, but
I
I mean,
heard your comment, but I'm going to ask for a motion to suspend.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to suspend. Roll call, please.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder.
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
that way if the commissioners want to veto it or something, they can do it right away. Just kidding.
That'd be a great idea.
I'll make it.
I didn't want Charlie to be making the only one up here making jokes,
Charlie's funny. I move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve on second reading. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yeah.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0. All right.
Madam Chair, I move for approval of an ordinance of the Lake County Council establishing a schedule of rates and charges to be collected by Lake County from the owners of the property served by the sewage works of said county and other matters connected therewith.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion.
Who sets the schedule?
It's set in, the rates are
It's
set in.
the rate is set. It's just still need to figure out how to collect it, correct? I mean,
Or bill.
working on that to bill for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's right.
I wouldn't say figure it out, but yes, we haven't. set-
Develop a
We have
procedure.
to have the right to collect it in order to get to the next step, right?
Okay. Okay, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer.
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chair, I move for suspension of the rule.
Second.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
I move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and second to approve on second reading. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Linda Mulder,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, citizens appointments. I placed in front of you. The procedure seems to be the simplest, unless they're, yep, okay, so I will open nominations for unsafe building authority.
Madam President, I nominate Scott Cooper.
Motion's been,
Second.
okay, Mr. Cooper has been nominated. Are there any other nominations? Being there's only one nomination, I declare Scott Cooper elected to the Unsafe Building Authority. County Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team for clergy. I open nominations.
Madam President, I nominate Pastor J.J. Hairston.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I declare Pastor J.J. Hairston elected to the Domestic Violence Review Team as the clergy. I open up nominations for Domestic Violence Review Team, Business Community.
Madam President, I nominate Terrence Fife.
Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing none, I declare Terrence Fife elected to the County Domestic Violence Review Team as Business Community. I now open up nominations, County Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team, Animal Control Officer.
Madam President, I nominate, what is that?
Angela Melanowski.
Angela Melanowski.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I declare Angela Melanowski elected to the Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team, Animal Control
Madam Chair?
Officer. Yes,
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Councilman Bldg here. Just a quick question. On that appointment, is that the new director of animal control? Is she employed? I thought, I might be confused on this slightly, but I wasn't sure if she was still the animal control director. I just was curious.
yes, this is the new Animal Control Director.
Okay,
And we
thank you.
received a letter from the sheriff.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other?
Well, can I just ask a
Go
quick
ahead.
question? Because who did we just appoint last month? Was that to the Child Fatality Review Team or was it to this? Because I thought that I've actually been instructed by one of the councilmen to reach out to the person we appointed to see if they really wanted to be appointed because we hadn't gotten any information from them and they said they did want to be appointed.
I think that was, I don't really know. I don't have last month's agenda,
Okay,
but
I'll look into it.
yeah, this is this is off our calendar that their appointment is up now, but I've spoken to each one of these members. Okay, I now declare Angela Malinowski elected to the Lake County Domestic Violence Review Team, Animal Control Officer. County Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team, Government Agency, I now open up nominations.
Madam President, I nominate yourself, Christine Sid.
Okay, any other nominations? Hearing none, I now declare myself nominated, elected to the Lake County Domestic Violence Review Team as the government agency.
Madam President.
Yes.
Point out that if in fact Councilman Wade were here, he would tell you, you would have to give us a chair in order to nominate yourself and accept it.
Are you gonna start? Thank you for that reminder. Okay, I now open up nominations for County Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team, Domestic Violence Attorney.
Madam President, I nominate Jerry Izell.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I declare Jerry Izell to serve on the County Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team as a domestic violence attorney. I now open up nominations for County Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team Medical Practitioner.
Do we have one on here?
It's Michelle Resendez.
Okay. Madam President, I nominate Michelle Resendez.
Okay, any other nominations? Hearing none. I hereby declare Michelle Resendez as elected to the Domestic Violence Palliative Review Team Medical Practitioner. All right, thank you. Approval of data board nominees.
Madam Chair, I move for approval of the data board nominees, that being Commissioner Repay and Coroner Pastor.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, interlocal agreement amendment. What's,
There we go.
I'm not sure what
This
the,
is really in Randy's district.
That's fine. This is amendment number 1 to interlocal cooperation agreement between Lake County Council, Lake County Board of Commissioners, and Cedar Creek Township, Center Township, Eagle Creek Township, Hanover Township, Holbrook Township, St. John Township, West Creek Township, and Winfield Township concerning distribution of the public safety county adjusted gross income tax, the CADGET. Mr. Blanchard, if there's anything to add to that.
No, it's been, excuse me, there's been an agreement, all of the township trustees,
This has been ongoing for several years.
it has,
Yeah.
since its last sentence.
Yep.
so it's increasing the funding due to the population increase. Okay.
But just,
Yep.
Okay,
What was the adjustment? It's a slight adjustment.
3%.
You remember?
3%.
Yeah, 3%. Yeah.
Okay, was there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion, kind of already had. All in favor, signify, a roll call, please.
Bldg,
Yes.
Neemeyer,
Yes.
Ham,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Linda Mulder.
Yes.
Sid.
Yes, motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chairman, real quickly, if I could ask the clerk to reflect in the minutes that Councilman Bldg was present by electronic means and that he was visible at all times by camera and also could cooperate in the discussions.
Thank you.
Per Councilman Lay's proxy. Quick.
Too soon.
Okay, public comment. Anybody in the public wish to comment, please come forward, state your name.
Thank you very much, Jeff Ross, out of Indiana, and I would like to say thank you to this council.
I'm sorry, missed your name. What was it?
Jeff Ross,
Thank you.
being a parent of severely handicapped child. Your awards today, thank you much. Developmental Disability Awareness Month, I think it's
Yes.
very good, and also with Suzanne Crouch and that piece there, I think I appreciate those efforts and
Very good. Thank you.
thank you.
Anyone else? Public comment? Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Can I always take more? Thank you. Barbara Charles from Halbert. My printer's not working, so I'll have to read this. A group of about 15 of us went to the first Lake County Health Board meeting of the year on February 7th. About 15 people from the towns and cities of Hobart, Miller Beach, Cedar Lake, Highland, Lowell, and Sherrville attended the first meeting at 7:30 a.m. The meeting began without the Pledge of Allegiance being said, a fact that we pointed out shortly afterwards, and the pledge was said at that time. We were graciously received. Dr. Babalala spoke about the SEA4 program and then opened the floor to comments. The following are questions that were discussed at the meeting. First of all, taxpayers want evening meetings and more meetings. The majority of health boards in Indiana meet in the evening hours for the convenience of taxpayers who fund their government agency. The majority of health boards in Indiana meet monthly or every 2 months. While Dr. Vavilala didn't think we should compare our board to the others, I say, why not? We are nearly the largest county in the state, and we should hold our health department to the highest bar, not the lowest bar. Surely there are some prospective board members in Lake County for the health department who would have no problem with evening meetings. After all, we're talking about a handful of days per year. As it stands now, with only 3 more meetings left this year, and each meeting lasting about 1.5 hours, that means that taxpayers will be able to dialogue with the health department for 5 more hours this year. That is unacceptable. Now, the board did post 4 meetings for 2024 on its website, which is one of the improvements we asked for. So that's good. In addition, Dr. Vavilala stated that minutes from this meeting and future meetings will be posted on the website within weeks of each meeting. This is also something we asked for. Prior to this time, the Board of Health had not been in compliance with the law in that respect. Now, here's some questions that were not addressed at the meeting. In a letter written to the administrator, Nick Dauphin, and the Public Health Officer, Chandana Vavilala, about 2 weeks ago, and the County Council is aware of it because I copied them on it, we asked for answers to these questions. What are the qualifications of the administrator of a county health department in Indiana? Who oversees and evaluates the annual performance of health department positions such as administrator and public health officer? Are these part-time or full-time positions? What are the term limits for board appointees? This was the problem with SEA 4. These things were not addressed. Taxpayers have a right to this information, as Councilman Lay would tell you. And since the health board did not address it, I am asking the county council to do so in writing. On the agenda for this meeting, that's the February 7th meeting of the health board, I saw only 1 new board member. More than 1 board member's term expired at the end of 2023. It's apparent that board members are being reappointed again and again. The current appointment process effectively shuts out over 99% of all Lake County taxpayers. Is this right? Many other counties post their vacant board and agency positions online for 30 days to open up these opportunities to the public. Porter County does this. New ideas and new energy are needed at this time. One good thing that SEA 4 did is to put the responsibility of new appointments to the health board in the hands of the county council and the county commission. Prior to this time, only the county commission could make appointments. At the January county council meeting, Nick Dauphin said that it would take years and years to see evidence of success pursuant to SEA 4 being implemented. Not what we investors want to hear. But administrative changes, such as the appointment policy, would be an immediate success in our eyes. Please open up the appointment process. Thank you.
You said you wanted something in answers to your questions in writing from the council.
Yeah.
Can you put those on in writing?
My printer's not working, but I will email it to you.
Yeah, you can email it.
We also compiled a list of things that the health department could possibly use the funds for. They have a certain amount of funds they have to use for direct medical items, and then a certain percentage kind of related, but not directly. And at your last council meeting, Councilman Bldg mentioned an idea that I thought was fascinating, and this would be an idea that could be used for these funds. I forget if it's 40% or 60% of the whole amount. But he mentioned vertical hanging gardens, which I had never heard of before. And he said they are being constructed at I believe, the Lake County Corrections Center.
Juvenile.
Juvenile, okay. So there's a certain amount of money that can be used for things like this. And we did make a list of them. But as I said, my printer's not working. I don't think I
Yeah.
copied it.
I wanted to make one point.
Yes, go.
Barb,
Thank
about
you.
minutes. So it's important to understand that minutes are customarily not posted until they are approved.
Yeah, I knew that.
So it's just, sometimes there's an expectation, the meeting happens, the minutes are produced and they're posted, but they have to be approved first.
I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think that the law is in effect yet where you do have to, you
It's-
know, yeah, so it doesn't, okay, so you said that they were,
Yeah, I'll say
Outside
this
the
too.
law.
You know, when realized that the health board wasn't, were probably meeting, but weren't telling us they were meeting and didn't have any minutes of meetings. We started calling, we had a crew of people. We, each one had a certain day to call the health board, starting on election night in November 2nd. That's when we said, we're going to start doing this. Every day, one of us called the health board and asked if they were having any public meetings in the next 48 hours. Well, I was the person who called on Tuesday, November 7th, and I was told no. Well, we found out at this meeting last week that they actually met on November 8th. So I'm kind of left with the impression that they would rather we not get involved with what they're doing. I can't help it. That's
I can say that the report that you just gave and what I heard from other people who attended was that it looks like they're making an effort to make sure that you all are connected to their meetings.
I hope they are, but you know, again, 5 hours for the rest of the year. I mean, that's just.
Not every governmental agency or board meets monthly or bi-monthly.
I know.
Yeah, everything has kind of a different scope to it. I don't disagree that there should be an effort made for some evening meetings, at least a couple, that help to create a little bit more access. So I think you make some really good points, Barb, and appreciate your diligence and how organized you were with this. And your really professional approach to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, anyone else in the audience? Anyone on the web? Okay. Did you have something to say? Oh, okay. All right. Any council members?
I personally would not like for us to get into micromanaging an agency. So I would like to see those persons target the Lake County Health Department and then let us know if in fact they're not following the normal customary procedures. But this issue of micromanaging, it concerns me.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, motion to adjourn? Motion's been made to adjourn. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Yes.
I know,
thank you.